gentlemen, you've seen the highlights, you've heard the rumors, but now it's time to get the real scoop. We pull back the curtain on the world of sports entertainment and give you the unfiltered truth. From the biggest pay-per-views to the latest shocking headlines, you're locked in for the ultimate wrestling discussion. This is Between the Ropes, only on the Empty the Bench Network. Now, here's your host, Kristie Wilson.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of Between the Ropes here on the Empty the Bench Podcast Network. I'm your host. My name is Kristie Wilson, and this has been a hell of a week, and I can't wait to get started on it. So here we go. I'm going to take care of some business first. Yes, there is a fabulous ticker. Let you know. Follow the show, follow ETB, and follow me, of course. And then go here. Of course, you can follow Between the Ropes on social media. It looks like I got a comment already. Hey, KB! I gotta put his comment up. Sorry. Hey! There we go. Hi, KB. Hope you're enjoying the show because this is going to get good. Get back to my banners here. Yeah. And, of course, if you want more awesome content, if you want a hardwood game day with Trevor Williams or press row, hitting for the cycle, moving the goalpost, ETB Lounge, which should be tomorrow. Go to youtube.com/ETB network, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We are getting so much closer to those 4,000 watch hours. So that way there is more awesome, more cool stuff that we can do to make this so much more of a fun experience. You never know. I mean, heck, I might even do like a special episode of BTR where it's a Q&A. You can ask me questions. So let's get into the show today. It's a packed show. It is definitely what you call a packed show. So here we go. Yes, tomorrow night at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, California, or we're just going to call it what it was for the longest time, the Staples Center. It is AEW Revolution, first big pay-per-view of the year for Tony Khan's promotion. So we're going to get into all this. I'm going to highlight, there's certain matches I'm going to highlight in this preview. I'm not really going to give picks because as far as I'm concerned, with this card being loaded and TK having a really bad habit of really like loading up his pay-per-views to give, I get where he's coming from on this in terms of giving fans the maximum bang for their buck. You really need to overload it with so many matches. I still don't know how I was able to get through All In 2025 last July because that was lengthy. Even though it was so much fun, and it ended in such an epic, beautiful fashion. We'll just put it to you that way. So I'm going to get into, of course, if you want to watch 0 Hour tomorrow, that is going to be on HBO Max. And if you have an HBO Max subscription, yes, you can watch it. You don't have to pay for it, unlike the actual pay-per-view, which if you order it through HBO Max I'm going to round it up. It's $40 if you get it through HBO Max. I know. If you've watched Press Row, Nick Morganson doesn't like paywalls, which I understand. I don't care for him myself, so excuse me. I'm going to highlight certain matches on this card. One thing that's really caught my attention. Willow Nightingale is going to be putting both the TBS title and she and Harley Cameron are going to put the women's tag team titles on the line. So Willow's going to be doing double duty. So she's on 0 Hour going up against Lena Cross for the TBS title. Now, Lena is new to the company. She just got there. She's siding with Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford, and of course with Penelope Ford's ankle injury being bad enough, she's going to be out of action for a while. Lena Cross is stepping in. So these two are going to face each other one-on-one for the TBS title during 0 Hour. And then on the main card, they're going to each team up with their tag team partners, Lena with Megan Bayne, Willow with Harley Cameron. Those women's tag team titles, I don't know if I had to make a pick. I said no picks, but I might have exaggerated a little bit. I'm going to go Babes of Wrath. I think are going to retain. I think there is, but I could be wrong. There are the tag teams. I know people are rooting for Sisters of Sin, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. Some want the Brawling Birds, Alex Windsor, who I'll get to later in the show, and Jamie Hayter. The Inspiration, Jessie McKay and Cassie Lee, still as irritating and annoying as ever. My apologies to a friend of mine who adores them. I got a comment right there. Nope. It's just letting me know. Someone decided to retweet and share this. Thank you. But yeah, I got Willow having a good night, but one half of it, I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. 0 Hour going to continue with a battle royal. Now, Ricochet's kind of gone through a lot of opponents, so I'm going to say, yeah, it's a 21-man blackjack battle royal. Yeah. I mean, understandable if you know anything about blackjack, the top number you can win at is 21. So he's putting that AEW national title on the line. I think I might have an idea if my suspicions are correct, and I might not be right about this. I'm thinking, since this is a rivalry that's been going on for a little bit, I'm thinking you could see this could be the first title that ends up changing hands to. I'm going to go Jack Perry if he's in this battle royal, because as far as I'm concerned, he has been the one that's been feuding with Ricochet a lot lately. So there's that. So I'm going Jack Perry, definitely someone. I think he could be the one to dethrone Ricochet as the national champion, have his second singles title in his AEW career. That might be something. Now, another match that has got my attention, it's Marina Shafir versus Timeless Toni Storm. These two have been feuding. It's with each other, or doesn't matter if the Death Riders like Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, those guys are by Marina's side, or Toni Storm has her dance partner, Orange Cassidy, by her side. He's got a match later on, so these two women are going to go at each other. I think even though Marina's going to give Toni a heck of a fight, I don't know. I would probably go Toni, but I would want this feud to, I'd want this feud to end. What did I get? How do you know the Boogeyman will be in the Battle Royal, KB? How do you know? Who told you? Who told you? Yeah, we'll see if he's there. But got the card right in front of me. Another match has my attention is, of course, the 2 out of 3 falls match for the AEW Women's World Title. The Toxic Spider Tekla putting it on the line against the woman she beat, the Cosmic Killer, Chris Statlander. Tekla is starting to annoy me pretty much, even though I do think she's undoubtedly talented. She's really good. She's getting cocky, unfortunately, and that's reminding me of someone happens to be from her homeland of Austria, and that is Gunther. I don't like that. But it's a 2 out of 3 falls match. I'm not going to make a prediction on this because I'm calling this one a toss-up. I don't know. Do I like the idea of Tekla being a transitional champion? Not really. Do I want Statlander to get her title back? Yeah, it would be great, but we'll see what happens on that one. Another big match, another one that really caught my attention, is definitely Jon Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita for the Continental title. Normally this would have a 20-minute time limit. Well, apparently not good enough, because Mox really wants to beat the holy living shit out of this guy. And even though Takeshita is a big rising star, he's has success in AEW, he's been in New Japan, former IWGP World Champion, you name it. I think this is going to come down to the wire, and Mox might pull a rabbit out of the hat. But I think with no time limit, I love the fact that this gives these two a little bit more it gives them plenty to work with, and they can put on a spectacular Continental title match. So I think it's, of course, main event, Texas Death Match, MGF versus Hangman Adam Page. They had a press conference Wednesday, and I know people bitched about it. I didn't watch because I didn't want to see it anyway. I would have preferred like the good old fashioned in-ring contract signing, but that's just me. I already made my prediction. I sadly don't think Hangman's going to win this. I think he's going to be out of the title picture for a pretty good amount of time till maybe Max loses that belt, because I still think Max is going to lose that AEW World title to this man. And if I had to make a really big prediction that I am 100% confident in, and believe me, I'm going out on the limb here for that, I think Ospreay returns, and that sets the stage for the Owen Hart Cup tournament. I don't know when it's going to get started, but I'm going to take a big risk here. I'm going to say Ospreay returns, and probably after the main event looks at Max and kind of lets him know, bruv, I'm coming. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for that belt. I'm coming for that belt. All right. And of course, that is tomorrow. So, and thank God I don't have to say, go check it out right now. Thank God. Thank God they decided to do that. AEW decided to do that now. I'm going to get into something else. We had NXT Vengeance Day last week. I made my picks, and I went 4-1. The only one I got wrong was Jada Parker versus Blake Monroe. So that's going to be something. Oh, God. All I gotta say is a big congratulations to Tatum Paxley, finally beat Izzy Dane, but that feud isn't over, and I hope that the steel cage match that they're gonna have for that title when NXT travels to Houston on Tuesday, I am hoping and praying to God this is it. You have Tatum go against someone else, have her go up against, I don't know, Lanny Reed of the Fatal Influence, have her go up against Jada Parker, Lola Vice, maybe go up against Thea Hale, who I'll also get to later in the show. Blake Monroe, maybe. There's a possibility. And I got something. Well, KB's making a prediction. He's going Takeshita wins in a 5-star classic. I think Takeshita's already holding a belt already. I have to look it up. So give me a moment here, folks. I got to confirm my... Okay. So, yeah, but he's predicting that Takeshita is going to win in a classic. I wouldn't be so sure. Yeah, KB, Takeshita is holding a belt. That's why I don't see him winning. He is the current New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television Champion right now. So I don't think that's part of the reason why I don't think Takeshita is going to beat Mox at Revolution. But back to Vengeance Day, like I said, good show, really good. Love the fact that Tatum Paxley finally got her revenge on Izzy Dame. But I think this steel cage match on Tuesday in Houston is gonna ironically should be the last match between these two, and then I think Tatum needs to move on and have title defenses against some of the other women on the roster, not named Izzy Dame. I mentioned a few already. But other results, Tony D'Angelo beating Dark State's Dion Lennox. That was a good one. And then on Tuesday, Tony D made his intentions known that he wanted to go for the NXT Championship. Based on what happened in a tag team match on Tuesday, Tony D, Don of NXT, I think you're going to be waiting a while on that one. I mentioned Tatum Paxley beat Izzy Dame, of course, and then another match of the night, one about Lola Vice beating Kalani Jordan in an underground match. Lola Vice, the queen of the underground. Yes, I do think that woman should hold gold. Should she challenge Tatum Paxley for the North American title? Yeah, I hope so. And then, of course, this guy on the shirt, I finally got this damn thing, thank God, beat Ricky Saints, but got pinned this Tuesday by all-asshole Ethan Page on NXT on Tuesday. So I don't know. Is Ethan Page gonna be the next person Joe feuds with, or are we still gonna have this BS with Ricky? I have no clue. Absolutely no clue. But that is something. All I gotta say, that was a pretty exciting one. I mentioned Thea Hale. Now, she's been getting a lot of online hate lately, especially in the wake of her victory over Blake Monroe for the NXT Women's North American title. She's had a lot of online hate towards her. She posted a video recently addressing this, especially the online hate towards her. She's made it clear, like, she's 22 years old. This is a young woman, left high school at 17 years old to pursue her dream, because this is something she'd been wanting to do for a long time. Did a couple of, I think, appearances. AEW Dark, I think the episodes are still available on YouTube. You can look it up. And then, she comes to NXT, becomes part of Chase U and everything. Finally wins the first championship. Yeah, the whole thing, it did seem like a fluke. But, I think Thea was capable. I don't know. And I honestly feel bad for her. She's gotten a lot of support. Like Stephanie Baker said, hey, Thea, just give me a call. I'll be there for you. Gail Kim, TNA legend, showed her support for Thea. A lot of people just showing Thea love and support. I even tweeted out to her. I did the GIF where, give her a hug. I mean, that's how I felt. That's how I personally felt. It was like, yeah, she's old enough to be my daughter, but I wanted to give Thea Hale a hug and let her know, hey, you're going to be fine. You got people who, love you, support you, cheer you on. You got that already. What did I get this time? Oh, I think Tony. Oh, I don't doubt that, but I think with Ricky and Ethan Page, I mean, I think it's going to be a bit for Tony D to get that chance, and I think that's going to happen. And what else, KB? That would be really nice. Ricky versus Ethan, Stand and Deliver. Loser leaves NXT. That would be great. I mean, one of these two idiots is going to the main roster. I've been calling for All Ego Ethan Page to go to the main roster. KB, I'm going to put this comment back up real quick. I've been calling for All Ego Ethan Page to go to the main roster. He's more than ready. He can reteam with Chelsea Green, that sort of thing. Ricky Saints can do whatever he wants, no matter if it's Raw or SmackDown, but he needs to go to the main roster. I think Ricky's more than ready. Ethan Page is more than ready. All right, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to my next topic because look, I've said what I wanted to say concerning Thea Hale. I mean, Thea, you got fans out there who love you and support you. And don't let this hate get you down. You are tough. And every ounce of success you get, you deserve it. Okay. I'm going to get off that. I'm going to go back in the AEW direction. Mercedes Moné not having a good start to 2020, to the year of our Lord 2026. This hasn't been great for her. She recently lost the CMLL Women's World title to Persephone. That's another belt gone. And then she recently lost a women's title in Italy. This hasn't been good for her. I mean, ever since, you had Red Velvet beat her for the Ring of Honor Women's World Television title at Final Battle. Alex Windsor winning the Rev Pro British Women's title. And I'll get to Alex Windsor later. Willow Nightingale beating her for the TBS title, New Year's Smash to end 2025. Now you have these two belts. We know what the storyline is with Mercedes. She's got to lose every belt she currently holds right now, which is there's not many left. And then she comes back and goes after whoever the AEW Women's World Champion is, whether it's Tekla or Statlander. I mean, it could be literally any woman on the AEW roster could be the Women's World title when Mercedes comes back after losing every title she's won that she has left on her. So I am honestly kind of gleefully kind of stupidly happy about this because I'm like, she needs to be humbled. I really think Mercedes needs to be humbled because character-wise, she's just been getting too cocky. Way too cocky. Staying in the AEW realm. Yes, if this news was pretty big, despite everything going on with the Paramount Plus Warner Brothers Discovery merger, AEW launched myaew.com. You get pay-per-views. It's international and everything. I don't know when everything's going to be available in the United States. I checked it out myself, and we'll take you to shopaew.com if you want to get your AEW merch and all that other stuff. It actually looks really cool, and considering everything that's going on, I mean, the fact that the streaming hub is now available, I do like that. I mean, WWE had the WWE Network. I've always thought, wouldn't it be cool if AEW had like the AEW Network? or you could call it the All Elite Network. I mean, I'm sure somebody out there has got a very creative name out there, I think is awesome. And it's only a matter of time before they, fix the bugs and everything and get everything in order. And hopefully people will be happy with this. I mean, I'm personally happy that they did this and that they launched it. I'm not sure how long they've been working on it, but it seems like they've been working on it for a while. So I hope everybody enjoys myaew.com. Set up your account, that sort of thing. Let me get out of here. Now, first of all, I got to give a shout out to the 102 people watching. Hello. Hope you guys are all enjoying the show because it's getting good. We can get back into the AEW realm. Yes, Kevin, the Jet Knight has re-signed with AEW, new contract, clearly impressing the hell out of everybody, including myself. And ironically, he's got a match tonight. AEW, he and his teammate in Jet Speedball Mike Bailey, are teaming up with Mystico to take on the Don Callis family, which is Okada, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis for the trios titles. Oh, Lord. And I know why Mystico's in there. It's because Hangman and Page is going up against MJF for the world title, so we know that. Happy for, Kevin the Jet Knight. He's found a home. He's found, camaraderie. He and Speedball are great as a tag team. They had really great camaraderie with Hangman, Adam Page as Jet Set Rodeo. Am I hoping these three guys team up together again? It's eventually going to happen. I do eventually think it's going to happen. So that is definitely something that is really, really freaking awesome. I'm happy for him. He's definitely creating excitement. This match against Swerve Strickland, oh man, fire. That's all I gotta say about it. Clearly Swerve saw something in Kevin Knight and he showed it in that match. So that is going to be fantastic. Can't wait to see what else he does in the future. So I'm going to get out of the AEW stuff for a little bit and I'm going to get into the WWE thing. I'm going to get one thing first before I get to a really big topic here. Now, I think it was a couple or so weeks ago, WWE decided to put a ban on watch parties within a 50-mile radius of Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, as WrestleMania is coming up. Well, the blackout ban got lifted, and this is what it is. That's what it is. It's back on. So apparently, if you live in the Vegas area, in the burbs, wherever it may be, you can have a little watch party. You can definitely have a little watch party. So that's definitely, I'd rather the people who are going off, setting up these watch parties with, beer, chips, pizza, whatever you want while you're watching this, That's definitely something. Yeah, I'm glad they did this. I think the backlash that this decision received online and in the press was pretty intense. I mean, shit, even I had an issue with it, and that's why I addressed it when I did. Now, more WWE stuff. This is another one. I mentioned Vengeance Day. Their next pay-per-view is NXT Stand and Deliver. Now, with the PLE library, the NXT PLE deal with Peacock having expired, WWE made an announcement and it's kind of left people going like this. What the hell? Or, I have a better term. I just have to find it, and I know what it is. This is the reaction.
What the? What the? What the? What the?
Yeah. That's pretty much what people are saying. That's what they were saying. It's like, wait, why is NXT Stand and Deliver going to be airing on WWE's YouTube channel? Okay, I get you don't have an actual, network. Yeah, Peacock's keeping Saturday night's main event for now until probably whenever WWE's contract with Peacock expires, which I think is next year. If you're watching Twitter, YouTube, correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I don't mind. But this is mind-blowing for me, in particular because, I'm watching stuff on YouTube all the time. I have my own personal YouTube channel for all my football-related stuff. Do I think watching a pay-per-view, watching a PLE premium live event on YouTube is a good idea? I couldn't say because I don't know. It is unusual. is definitely unusual, but I'm guessing with they couldn't come to a deal. Is this a stopgap to when eventually NXT goes to Netflix maybe? Or I mean shit, I don't know. Prime Video? I mean, or worse yet, how about Tubi? Considering the NXT library is going over fully to Tubi, in addition to WWE Evolve, which airs Wednesday nights on Tubi. I think we'll find out as more information comes along. Because I don't want to pay for. I want to watch Stand and Deliver. Don't get me wrong, and I don't want it to be behind a paywall. But I think this is just a case of WWE's got to do what they got to do in order to get people to watch the events. Because I don't know what the viewership numbers are for the events that they've been holding in terms of NXT, like Vengeance Day. Oh man. Okay, but they might move NXT's pay-per-views to Netflix or the ESPN app. If it's Netflix, I can do that. If it's ESPN, I'm going to have to find a really good deal on that one because I am kind of frugal a little bit. I have to be. I really have to be. But I'm going to get to something. This was pretty big, and if you were watching Monday Night Raw, you know what I'm referring to. Yep, it finally happened, and I can't believe that actually, pulled the plug, flipped the switch on it. Finn Balor is officially out of the Judgment Day, and he is officially turned babyface, meaning he's a good guy. It turned out, I guess, this tension has been mounting between him and the members of the Judgment Day. At least those that are still hanging around. If you're wondering where Roxanne Perez is, she had surgery to move a benign mass in her back, and she's been taking time out, recovering, and getting better. So, I mean, when she comes back, she's going to be walking into a situation where Finn isn't there anymore, and Dominic, Liv, Raquel, and JD are just a bunch of dicks. So I don't know if she's going to go with them or go with Finn. I'm not sure, but it has led to a question since this happened on Monday Night Raw. Does this mean we get the Demon King coming back? I would say if you're going to do it, because in my honest answer is I don't know. I mean, this gimmick character, this part of Finn Balor's character has been missing for, I think, a good nearly 3 years. And the mystique of the Demon King, unfortunately, due to the idiocy of Vince McMahon, there is no mystique involving this part of the character anymore. But I want to see the Demon King return. But if I were booking this, bear with me, please, as I talk about this part. If, for example, you were to book, if you want Finn to come back bring back the Demon King character, this is how I would book it. You don't have Finn around for a little bit, and you put I guess it's like subtle little Easter eggs kind of indicating to the fan, if they're smart enough to notice, that there's a possibility he could be coming back. And you could have strange occurrences happen, like something happens and Liv comes running out looking terrified, like she goes to the guys and oh my God, Dom, babe, everyone, something weird. I just got spooked by something, and they don't know what it is. Raquel gets scared and JD gets freaked out. And this could lead to Finn versus Dominic at WrestleMania, and there should be 0 titles on the line at all. I don't think Dominic should be Intercontinental Champion right now. Penta deserved that honor. I think he's going to keep that title going into Mania. But with this going on, I think like I said, if I were to book it, I would do it kind of slowly build it up to where you start, where there's little Easter eggs, little things, little hints, little clues that the Demon King's coming back, and then weird little occurrences that kind of cause the Judgment Day to get frightened. That's kind of how I would do it. And then at WrestleMania, Finn unleashes the Demon King, and the place Allegiant Stadium goes berserk when they see him in the full whatever Demon King body paint, makeup, get up, he gets put together. So I would love the Demon King to come back. I really would. I don't know how Finn Balor feels about it, though. I mean, I can't ask him. I don't know him. I don't know him. But I think it would be cool if he was willing to do it. So, Demon King coming back? We'll find out. We'll definitely find out. But if he does, and everything happens the way I suspect it should, that'd be fun. Him versus Dominic, and Dominic looking terrified as there's a demon right in front of him. I can see it now. All right. I'm going to get out of that one. Now, something happened. This is a big one. Now, if you Dakota Kai, or Charlie as she's being known now in the independent circuit, is back in pro wrestling, and she came back at Wrestle Queendom in London. This was the big event Will Ospreay helped put together at O2 Arena in London. I mean, talk about awesome. I mean, this is how you put on an all-women show. Besides the love of his life, Miss Alex Windsor, being in that show, and like I said, I'll get to her. In fact, I'll be getting to her next. Charlie, who's been out of wrestling for a little bit, probably rehabbing injuries and all that stuff, came back, and she did amazing in her match, and she ended up going, now there's talk going on, like, if AEW offered her something, should she take it? I would probably say, if was possible, I think she should, and not back out of it this time around, because the last time this happened, to where she she was offered an opportunity to go to AEW, I think I heard she was about to take the offer, but then WWE found out and decided to take the WWE offer, and that's actually ended up in Damage Control. The faction Bailey started with her and Io Sky. But I gotta be honest, I think definitely it's great that she's just back in general. And the fact that she came back at Wrestle Queendom, it was Wrestle Queendom 8, and she challenged Chris Statlander for the Pro Wrestling Eve International title. You know, yeah, Charlie lost, but you know what? I'm just glad she's back. And then I think she's now booked for a House of Glory, a match with the promotion House of Glory, I think it should be great. And she should take as much time as she needs to get herself back on track in terms of wrestling before making the decision whether she wants to go to a big promotion. Like I said, she's been released by WWE twice, and I don't think she should go back there. Because as far as I'm concerned, they either throw her in a faction, or they just won't know what the hell to do with her. They won't have a clue. All right. Now, I mentioned Wrestle Queendom. By the way, hello to the 104 people watching. Hi. Saying hello again. Now, I mentioned Wrestle Queendom. I mentioned Charlie, formerly Dakota Kai. But a big thing happened, and this is why this individual is my Wrestler of the Week. Alex Windsor! Yes! Yes, she is an incredible wrestler in her own right, been on the indie scene for years. You know, she did suffer a setback with an ACL injury, but she said, you know, the only thing, you know, she was motivated to come back. And when she did, she's been on fire ever since. And finally, AEW finally took notice of her. I think they would have taken notice of her regardless of who she's going to marry, which is him, Will Ospreay. But I think they would have signed her anyway, because Alex Windsor is incredible. I mean, she is really, really good in the ring. She's the current Rev Pro British Women's Champion. She beat Mercedes Moné at Collision when it was in Manchester, England. Happy for her. A sweet moment. Her adorable son came into the ring, hugged her. She's so happy. I mean, oh, it's so sweet. Such a sweet moment. And she seems to have a great relationship with Will Ospreay. They are engaged. Eventually, they're going to get married and everything like that. And I think it's awesome. And they support each other. And, you know, right now, Alex Windsor is starting to develop some momentum with Jamie Hayter as one half of the Brawling Birds in AEW. And what happened at Wrestle Queendom, Alex Windsor is your New Japan Strong Women's Champion, beating Suri in a hell of a match at Wrestle Queendom in London. Probably winning that in front of hometown fans, that sort of thing. That was probably an awesome, awesome moment for Alex Windsor. Really awesome. And I genuinely think she is just fantastic. I mean, and she debuted in a battle royale match at All In 2025. I mean, I feel as though she really has a lot to bring to the table in AEW. I really do. And, you know, as a New Japan Strong Women's Champion, my God. I think she's definitely got a lot. She is definitely on her way up. She can continue to hold singles gold. She can win tag team gold with Jamie Hayter. I think the sky's the limit for Alex Windsor. I really do. And her winning that New Japan Strong Women's title was awesome. So I'm super happy for her. There you go. So Alex Windsor, my wrestler of the week. Now I'm going to get to a part. It didn't take, I thought it would take me a long time pick out roster wrestler. All it took was watching one match on Dynamite on Wednesday to get me to come to this decision. And get ready, folks. Get fucking ready. All right, Kyle Fletcher. You call yourself the Proto Star. By the way, lamest ass nickname I've ever heard in my life. You were part of a tag team called Aussie Open with Mark Davis. What do you two guys do? Oh, God. You join an over-bloated faction that needs to fucking die, okay? Kyle, I don't care how much pink you wear or anything. You got off on the wrong foot with me when you turned on Will Ospreay. You shaved your head. I get why you shaved your head. I mean, how many times can you keep bleaching it blonde? I mean, how many times can you keep doing that before your hair just starts breaking? I mean, that's not fun. But since you've joined the Don Callis family, you've just become more and more of just an insanely obnoxious prick. Yes, you are the TNT champion. You turned Tommaso Ciampa into a transitional champion to win it again. Fuck you, by the way, Kyle Fletcher, for doing that to him. Heck, all in 2025, I know probably the creative plans were you were supposed to be TNT champion, but you lost. But guess what? I still remember the complete look of shock on your face when Dustin Rhodes won the TNT title. You look like you were about ready to turn into a 5-year-old having a fucking temper tantrum, throw yourself on the floor, kicking, screaming, crying. What did you do? Did you do that in front of Don Callis? Did you end up screaming, crying, begging like a little bitch that you are? Sky Blue, madam, you deserve a much better man than him. I'm sorry. Not sorry, actually. But Kyle Fletcher, like I said, you lose the TNT title, Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe loses it to Tommaso Ciampa. You turn Ciampa into a fucking transitional champion. I am surprised Ciampa is not coming out and kicking your ass. I mean, he is the psycho killer after all, and you, Kyle Fletcher, are just a lame-ass little bitch in Don Callis' stupid little game of seeing how many wrestlers can he put into the Don Callis family, which doesn't seem like a family, seems like a fucking business arrangement. And I feel like you are getting held back. I wouldn't mind Konosuke Takeshita kicking your fucking ass. Heck, Kyle, you need to break away from the Callis family because I feel like I don't care what the deal is here. You're part of, like I said, overbloated faction needs to fucking die. It doesn't need to add more people like shit. If it keeps going to this rate, the Don Callis family is going to basically include every single fucking almost every single person in AEW, and that might even include some of the guys who compete in a Ring of Honor. I mean, holy fuck. Holy fuck. Kyle, you need to drop that fucking TNT title. I mean, shit. I had a discussion with some friends of mine. We were all talking about, my God, the match between you, Kyle, and Speedball Mike Bailey was so fucking good. I want a rematch. I mean, shit. You could take the trios titles match at Revolution off the card, and you could put you and Speedball can have a rematch, and then Speedball can basically kill you and take the TNT title for himself. I mean, I would love that more than anything. Because let's face it. No. I think Don Callis is holding you back. I see you as a great star, definitely have incredible potential, but the problem is you're in too much of a bloated faction, okay? Who already has one person looks like he's about to break away to Takeshita. I mean, why hasn't the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada not broken away is completely beyond me. Why is he even a part of this? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I will never understand it. But no, Don Callis family, fuck you. Kyle Fletcher, Protostar, like I said, lame-ass nickname. You need to drop that TNT title, and oh God, I don't care if it takes having to go all the way to AEW Dynasty. You need to lose that TNT title, and you need to lose it to Speedball Mike Bailey. Tony Khan, if you're listening, give me Fletcher versus Bailey, Part 2, AEW Dynasty, TNT title on the line. Book it, sir. So call Fletcher. That's what I got to say to you. Holy shit. Whew. Quite a show. A lot of topics. There was more that came up. I just saw it. Oh, by the way, a little something I did forget to mention during this this topic right here. If you have Danzin, D-A-Z-N-E, the streaming pay-per-view platform, if you can't get AEW Revolution through HBO Max or anything like that, go to Danzin. Revolution is one of the first pay-per-view that they're going to be offering through that. So check that out. So I can't believe I forgot. I almost forgot that part of the beginning of the show. God damn it. But there's your ticker. You can follow BTR, Empty the Bench. You can follow me. I am at Writing Cat on Twitter. Of course, follow BTR on all social media platforms at BTRETB. And of course, go to youtube.com/ETB Network. Check out all the stuff. Press Row, ETB Lounge, Noteworthy in the NCAA, Forever Power 5, Unnecessary Wagers. You name it, we got it. And we're getting closer to 4,000 watch hours. I mean, I think we're getting pretty damn close as far as I'm concerned. So but remember, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And like I said, with the 4,000 watch hours, if we get to that point, then we can do some really awesome stuff. I mean, shit. If we get to that point and we start doing like merch, you might actually see me on the show wearing like an ETB hat. Or drinking like my soft drink out of something like this, but with the ETB logo on the front. I mean, it's an idea. No pressure. But it's just thank the 105 people watching. Thank you, KB, for the comments. And I'll see you, or actually now up to 107. Thank you everybody for watching. And I'll see you folks next week with a brand new episode of Between the Ropes. Bye.